to DBSync's What Our Customers Are Saying About Us segment, where we talk about data management successes and the problems clients have challenged us to solve. DBSync is one of the leading integration and replication providers. We've worked with a variety of mid and enterprise level companies for about over a decade now, with the simple motto that if you've got a database and an open API, we've got an integration solution. Talking with me today is Brian Bucholtz, who is Inside Sales and Training Manager for Edgeworth Security. Edgeworth Security is a full-service security consulting firm specializing in security system integration and remote guarding. And they've been part of the DBSync family for about a couple of years, I think we decided, Brian. Yes. And you came looking to us for a Salesforce and Sage intact integration solution, if I'm correct. So let me first welcome you formally. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. And if you could please elaborate further on what was the initial challenge that brought you to needing to find an integration solution and helped you land at DBSync.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Yeah, the project really started with Salesforce. Our company is relatively new in business, and we're only about 5 years old now. So, a few years ago, we were trying to really create our first instance of a Salesforce CRM solution that could start connecting to the other parts of our business. And one of those parts, obviously, is the accounting software on that side of our house. And we were working with a Salesforce consultant who had, recommended you guys highly. And then we engaged that process from there to scope out our first project and start the work and facilitate things from there.
Gotcha. So how have you, maybe a better question, have you implemented the tool throughout your organization? I know you mentioned accounting, but give us a little more detail if you could.
Yeah, so it really is the backbone to how we invoice all of our clients, right? So, at the end of the day, right, any business like you guys, we're here to be in the business of making money. So,
yes,
it is a crucial part of what we do. We've also now used DBSync to set up a Shopify and Salesforce connection so that our customers have an easy access now to enroll in recurring billing features. Fantastic. And have a portal feature now to be able to view those things. And that was the latest project that we completed, I would say, at the beginning of this year, if I'm correct.
So if you're coming to full stop shop.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. What was it about us that, we know we've got many formidable competitors, but what was it about DBSync? Was it something in either our product or that helped you make the final decision to trust and go with us?
Really we did trust our consultant. I will say that from Salesforce. So you guys came recommended. That's obviously huge. And then, what was proofed out as far as what we were trying to accomplish, that we executed on, we tested, we went, anytime if there was an issue, which I don't recall there really being, we sorted it out, we got it handled, and it was efficiently done on our end. So the work obviously speaks for itself too. So.
Great to hear. So recommendations are powerful, but also you got to follow through and make sure we implement as well as they say. So what would you say? You've kind of hinted at this, obviously, but if there are any, what would you say maybe is the greatest reward, or is it has it been a time-saving thing? I know it's a backbone, but could you put your finger on maybe what?
To me, it's we want to enhance our customer experience on our end, and that to us was one of the company goals that we had going into over the last few years, right? I think overall any business wants to improve that, and this was one of the areas where we could make an impact and make really come to the 21st century, but just offer our customers easy features that most are out there in the marketplace now, right? Where you can pay from your phone or whatever is easy to do. Obviously, as a business, you like that, right? want to speed up that process as best we can. So it's a really a win-win.
Yeah.
In
It's amazing. I mean, we think you think about, we survived a long time without lots of automation, but wow, when it happens, it is a real time saver, etc. Which leads me to, have you thought about this in terms of ROI in maybe dollars and cents? Are you thinking of it and wow, since doing this, we've saved blah, 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 blah? Or is it just much more and like you've seen, sort of the engagement or the satisfaction of your customers? That's sort of been your quote ROI.
Yeah. I mean, in my end of things, I don't have if I could spit a dollar amount at you, and I'm sure
yeah,
there
not
is,
right in your area, I guess.
It has to be increasing cash flow.
Sure.
Ultimately is what we're trying to do. So that ultimately is going to be good for us. But on my end, where my first goal was customer experience, being able to offer that to folks that I think it's a pretty routine thing nowadays. We had people asking for it and wanting to enroll in similar services. So it was nice to check that box, and there's some ancillary things that have been nice as well. But yeah, I would still say it's very customer experience focused.
Yeah. Your main goal has been accomplished. Now, which is good news, because I certainly would consider this a success story, but I know that there's always room for improvement. So what would you say, maybe, I don't know if it's a question of innovation, or are you thinking like, down the line, I'd like to see some product innovation, or I know you're involved in enhancing your own customer experience. Is there something we can do to enhance yours or future customer experiences?
I mean, you guys have typically followed up. I mean, there's been a good pattern of communication back and forth, and honestly, nothing glaring off of the top of my head that I can say, would be that impactful, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't have anything I think that would be that impactful, right. But I can, overall our experiences have been good. When we've had to work through bugs and everything else, the customer, experience has been more than satisfactory. And honestly, we typically, in this scenario, this is something that, you guys specialize in. It's set up, it's run. You've trained me properly on how to kind of maintain the system after the fact. Yeah. And, I know there's, support if I need it as well.
Right. Okay, so our lesson is keep up the good work, which we will do, definitely. Well, I think that brings us to a close, Brian. It was short but sweet. But again, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to share your story with us. It's not only, gratifying, but encouraging also to know that the work we're doing is definitely helping to meet your needs and goals. And, as you mentioned, efficiently, effectively, and again, being in the same business, we know how critical it is, to really improve customer satisfaction as we go about not only fixing all the other bumps in the road, but making sure everyone's feeling, great along the way. So we hope that we can continue to do that. And we really look forward to continuing our successful relationship into the future. For those watching and looking for an integration solution, then it's clear you need look no further. You found us. But you don't have to take my word. You don't have to take Brian's word. But I would like you to check us out at the App Exchange and see why we are rated #1 in customer satisfaction. So thank you again, Brian. Appreciate you so much. And I'll just leave us with a few last words of advice, which is don't delay. Connect with us today so that we can get your apps talking. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.